gentlemen, welcome to another Just Shelter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Word! It's here Thursday.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the Political Connor himself, Zealeus.
Hello, it is good to see you, sir. Just as a FYI, there are apparently thunderstorms in town, so the internet goes kaput. It could be Comcast, it could be thunderstorms.
Or it could be both.
Be my cat's tail getting in the way. It's really hard to tell these things.
It'd be funny as hell if Rose actually did that through the entire broadcast.
He just sat there just to tell my faces.
Yeah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is the Thursday Night Hangouts, the live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you. So if you have not yet submitted a topic or a question, feel free to drop it in the chat, and we'll try to add it to this show. If we unfortunately do run out of time, we will add it to the very next show, which, of course, will be next Thursday. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. And let's talk about Diablo 4 and the wonderful weirdness that's been going on. Apparently, there's been a couple of builds for a couple of the character classes that are beyond OP. There's apparently a druid build that does billions of points of damage. There's a barbarian build that does even more than 1 billion. It's some weird, like, humongous number of damage.
Trillions of damage?
No. There's like undecillion amounts of damage, which I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but that's what they reported. And to make things interesting, apparently cross-platform messaging is still a problem, as apparently there's been nothing but spam that's being thrown across the platforms.
Yeah, the game still needs balance for the characters. I think I talked a little bit last week, but in large part, they nerfed some of the characters, such as the Necromancer and the Sorcerer, because they're so OP'd at level 25 during open beta.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, the Sorcerer, for instance, at high levels is basically a melee character, which makes no sense because you're Sorcerer, you're supposed to be, like, range and stuff. Yeah. And they do, like, paltry damage, and it's just, classes just need balance. There's no easy way to put it other than that. I feel like there's always the part of it, though, where, like, when we played Diablo 2, or even Diablo 3 when it came out, like, social media as far as games and what is the OP build wasn't really a known thing unless you went out of your way to find it.
Yep.
So a lot of people found, I'm sure in those games, played paltry, terrible classes that still got the in-game content, and they're just fine doing it. I remember in Diablo 2, I would spec all the way into skeletons, have like 100 of them running around because you could do that. Mm-hmm. And then they get like one-shot by bosses. It was just something to deal with. Whereas now that happens, like the forums erupt of Necromancer needs a buff because skeletons get one-shot and class is unplayable. So there is definitely some element of a lot of these games, like going back for years, there was always crazy imbalance. We just didn't necessarily know about it. Like you had to go like out of your way, probably on GameFAQs or something, to find out about these. Whereas now it's just in your face all the time, it feels like.
It's the beauty and the curse of social media is that you learn stuff instantaneously. And unfortunately, because the vast majority of games are shoved out the door so fast that they don't really get it that much balancing, and also because you have the internet, you can always just patch it later.
Well, I think you also see, at least on Reddit, it's a microcosm of the news in that the stuff that filters to the top is bad news. Yeah. Like, if you went on the Diablo 4 Reddit, you'd think it's the worst game ever made on the face of the planet. It's complete and total utter trash. Mm-hmm. Because all it is people bitching nonstop about the game. Yeah. So there definitely is part of that. It's not a groundbreaking, revolutionary best game ever, and it's not the worst game ever. It's just a good action RPG that, like every other ARPG, has its warts. Mm-hmm. So it's a good game, but it's one of my favorite Reddits is actually the low sodium Destiny one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played Destiny in years, but I still like being a part of it because it's like a chill place to talk about the game, and it's just like kind of positive vibes only.
Right.
But you also people have to moderate the shit out of it to make that happen.
Well, obviously.
So that's what I prefer is forums like that, where it's like, but you can also like constructively talk about the game and what can be better without, that. It's just, I think it's most gaming Reddits, especially when they first come out, are just nothing but trash.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And I can agree to that. I mean, everybody wants to have their moment in the sun where they feel important about bitching and moaning about the shortcomings of a game that everyone is so hyped about to try to bring the man down.
I think what I saw that I really appreciated was Blizzard doesn't want you to move fast. Because your horse is not usable in town and you only have 3 boost. And my first thought is, if they really wanted you to move slow, you wouldn't have a horse in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, is it silly you can't use a horse in town? Probably. But at the same time, like, you still have a horse in 95% of the game. So I'm kind of like, some people will find any reason to bitch about a game, is really what it comes down to.
Hell. And the game I've been playing, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you have access to a horse basically the entire game. And I continue to play the vast majority of the game on foot.
Yo, doesn't your horse need exercise?
I don't know.
Do you hate horses?
No.
Or the horse too?
No, but I did complete a side quest to recover Princess Zelda's horse, which is like a golden horse. And I named the horse Zelda, so Link gets to ride Zelda all over the place.
And thus began Charlie's fanfic start.
Anywho, but yeah, no, there's definitely been a lot of news around, the shortcomings of Diablo 4, and to be honest with you, I think it also, the vast majority of the news, if there's just like a brand new expansion or a big patch, you're going to have everybody bitching and moaning about it. Apparently, there's some change to orbs and Destiny 2 that's got everyone's panties in a twist.
Oh dear, I hate when my panties get in a twist. It's very awkward to walk.
Yeah, it's very, very awkward. But, I just find it funny that people are like, watch this highlight clip of Diablo 4 where an individual one-shots one of the toughest bosses in the game because of their OP build. Like, okay.
Which I mean is kind of dumb. But I'm hoping Blizzard balances that somehow to make it more fun. We'll see what happens.
I think they're just still too busy with the Microsoft thing.
Yeah. And taking combos out of Overwatch.
Overwatch. I love how hard I love how recently how hard they've been pushing this anime to like explain the backstory of some humongous war that was like what happened before the Overwatch 2. Did we lose Zealeus again? No. There he is. He's blinking. He was just statuesque. But
yeah. So you're saying is like, don't move the entire show, you'll be very confused.
If you don't move often, I feel like you froze, and I start worrying about you, Zealeus.
I think I found a new game to play on the show.
Well, I just fear that you'll be struck by lightning, which actually sort of happened on a not my Twitch stream, but someone's Twitch stream the other day. The guy was streaming, and lightning actually hit his house, and apparently it was quite entertaining.
I hope he lived.
I believe he did.
Okay.
But speaking of Twitch streamers, if you are a streamer who requests or gives the option for people to send you stuff, you have to beware that there are individuals out there who are total asshats who will send you stuff that you don't want. And that actually happened to a Twitch streamer recently as well. He usually does his stream where he does unboxings, and during one unboxing segment, he opened up the box just like usual, only to discover that there was a pig fetus in the box, and it was mailed anonymously, so he can't thank the individual for the wonderful dead pig that was shipped to him.
That's kind of a terrible thing to do.
Yes. Please don't send me a dead pig. Though, then again, I believe this person actually has it shipped to his house and not to a P.O. box, because I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes it takes time for Ultimate Fusion to get to their P.O. box, so I'd be curious how the pig fetus does in a P.O. box just sitting in there for like potentially weeks. That'd be great.
Something's got a funk to it.
Sure, the post office would appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They love it. They love aromatic packages. It's their thing.
Here's adding to the ambiance.
Yeah, the ambiance. So speaking of streamers, some good news. Some people would say he's very controversial. He knows how to push people's buttons, and that, of course, is the one and only PewDiePie. And the reason why he is in the news is that he and his wife just announced their first child, which is a boy.
Oh.
So congratulations to PewDiePie.
Well, there you go.
So there's some good news.
I mean, you already have a generation of kids being against their will posted on social media.
Yep.
So I'm kind of curious, like, what's going to happen with kids, like, for streamers like PewDiePie? Like, are they going to now be a perpetual part of these streams also?
I wouldn't think so. Mainly because, well, I don't know. I don't think I think PewDiePie's basically back to just YouTube, right? Because he got banned from Twitch for doing a stream of all his videos from YouTube. I don't know. I would be cautious about putting my kid on any streaming service simply because there are individuals who will report you. And also, like, Twitch, I don't know if they've done this recently, but I know that if I were to start a stream and I were to leave, but the stream's still live, and then my son or one of my sons were to sit down and start interacting with audience members, I could get a ban because they are not of age, and because I'm not on screen, that it's considered an underage streamer.
Huh. Okay.
Now, the biggest problem about that is if I were to receive that type of ban, I would lose my the associate Twitch level, so the ability for people to subscribe to the channel would be removed. And you would have to fight to get it back.
That'd be no good.
Yes, absolutely. No bueno. So
probably just easier to probably have no kids on the show makes your life easier, or everyone's life easier.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, the only time my kids come down here to harass me, and it's when I'm basically trying to do something and they want me to do something for them at that very moment. Case in point, while I was trying to prepare for the show tonight, my youngest came running down here and required that I get a book out of my car because he couldn't go to sleep without it.
Did he go to sleep afterwards?
Last time I checked, he was still awake. So I'll find out after the show.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Always got to make life interesting, sir.
But of course. So another bit of news. Actually, two bits of news here from the gaming industry. The first one is that Naughty Dog, the company Naughty Dog, who's made The Last of Us and all of the Uncharted games, the co-president is calling it quits at the end of the year. He's basically said, I've been with the company since the early 90s when they were doing Crash Bandicoot. He became the co-president in 2004, and so it just looks like he's ready to do something else, though he didn't really mention what he's going to do in his future. He just said that he will be leaving the company by the end of the year. So there's not even really an exit time. But I think he was also like an executive producer on the Last of Us TV show. And I did lose Zealeus this time. Aha! And he's back. I was trying to figure out if you were trying to screw with me again or if it actually froze.
It shall remain a mystery for all mankind's time.
So, it's the gentleman has decided that he wants to leave Naughty Dog. So, I mean, he's had a hell of a run. I mean, basically starting in the 90s and then becoming co-president in 2004. That's not bad. I would like to be the co-president of a big-ass company like Naughty Dog.
I mean, you're the president of Halts Confusion. That's kind of sweet.
This is true. But I didn't really work up to president. I founded the company, so I'm kind of the de facto president.
So you're saying you nepotized yourself and you didn't actually have to work for it because you're just granted this through no work of your own?
Oh, no, I've worked plenty. I'm just saying.
Well, I see how it is.
Yeah, no. You could be my VP of operations, but I need you to write one post a week.
No, the VP of operations, I delegate to other people to do stuff. I don't actually do anything. That's how C-suites work, man.
Wait, I'm not supposed to do any work? I'm supposed to delegate? Oh, shit. I've been doing this wrong since 2007. Holy crap.
Jeez. Actually, just delegate it all to ChatGPT. Problem solved.
Yes, right. Speaking of which, I did get the notification today because I'm running Windows 11 on this thing because it's in the search bar. It's integrated with Bing, and they're like, congratulations and exciting news. Now the Chat AI program is part of Bing. It will help you complete your thoughts. I'm like, I don't know. I don't need an AI program to answer my, to try to figure out what exactly am I trying to say.
What are you trying to say, Siri?
The vast majority of the time, I have no idea.
Actually, no.
No, I definitely don't know. To be totally honest with you, I don't know half the stuff I'm about to say.
But if you don't know, how can anyone else outside of you know?
I think that type of logic would take too long to decipher, and I would need a blackboard because I would do it in chalk, do it old school style, none of this whiteboard, dry eraser crap. I would need some serious chalk, a protractor, an abacus, and and a computer system that fills this room. And then we could do it.
Or it could also be shown for one of your doodles. That is the story.
Yes, I could do one of my brain doodles. Though I haven't done any brain doodles as of recently. There's a reason behind it, but I will not go into it.
Did your brain stop working?
No. I only do I've started doing my brain doodles during a specific activity, and I haven't done that activity in a while. So
my mind goes to very dark places when you put it that way.
I do it during therapy sessions.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, Jesus, no. I need both my hands for that. No.
Wow. Man, you really have some intense eating habits, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the other bit of industry news that I want to talk about is the fact that Star Wars: The Old Republic and Mass Effect writer is leaving BioWare after 21 years.
Oh,
That is a hell of a run. And
that has indeed been a run.
There's a rumor that one of the reasons why he's leaving has to do with the fact that that EA, the publisher of BioWare games, has made the decision to take Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic away from BioWare and hand it over to a company called Broadsword Online Games.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see that he had stepped down, but I did see the news that SWTOR was going away from BioWare.
Yeah. This was his actual tweet that he sent out. Alas, my 21-year journey with BioWare has come to an end. I wanted to thank the exceptional team of writers who taught me the business of creation with empathy, patience, and humor. Whatever the future holds, my work will be forever shaped by their lessons. It was a privilege.
And there were some great writings that he created, but
yes,
alas.
Yes. It's sad. God, 21 years. That's crazy. It's a hell of a long time. I mean, especially in this day and age, there are not a lot of lifers anymore. There so many people bounce around from company to company, job to job, industry to industry. I know that I have. I know I've been, let's see, mobile game, then telecom, then law firm, then a web design firm, then telecommunications, and now a public university.
I've been K through 12 education and now a privately held company.
So you haven't bounced around as much as I have, but
No, I've had a pretty boring work history, to be honest.
Yeah, well. Anyways. Oh crap, I closed the freaking whatchamacallit?
Your tab of knowledge.
Yep. That's the one.
It's like the tree of knowledge, but out of electrons.
Yes. So yes. So apparently there is there is something that I don't know if it's in jest or if it's real, but there is something at Baldur's Gate 3 that is causing a stir, and that is that there is a romance option in the game that will allow you to romance Halsin the Druid while he's in bear form.
Oh,
so
dear.
Basically, it's a bestiality scene.
Well, that's something. That's going to be some. That's going to be some very interesting Twitch streams when that comes up, because people are going to try to get just specifically that one right there.
Oh God, yes. I wonder how hard you'll have to work for it, though. That would be my question.
Well, does it just come naturally?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be a little scared, but
now is Baldur's Gate 6? Is that a game that Charlie is going to have to be like, oh, I need this game?
You mean Baldur's Gate 3?
I don't know why I said Baldur's Gate 6, because it feels like it's been that long.
You know, I got really close to during early access on it, but
That's right, because they did the early access thing.
Yeah, but I don't think I actually bought into it. Hold on, let me look at Steam. I could tell you for sure.
I did it. I remember.
Let's see here. Do I have any Baldur's Gates here? Baldur. Nope, just 1 and 2. So yeah, I do not have 3.
There's always time, sir.
Yes, that's what I've heard. Okay. So some of you probably heard that the actors are now on strike. So all of Hollywood is, I guess this is the time for AI technology to screw everyone over or revolutionize the industry. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of, in all seriousness, that is a large part of the strike, is the terms both over AI and over residuals on the streaming. Because it used to be back in the day, you got the residuals from TV telecast or simulcast, like Friends. They made so much money off of those, and NCISs and et cetera, et cetera. But with streaming content, that largely went away just because how the contracts were written. Because I guess technically that's not a simulcast, so it's not the same thing. It's not technically a repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's the other large part, is getting those residuals. But now with the actors going actually and striking, not just the writers, that definitely changes the ballgame a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely a fan of hoping that the workers actually get what is good for them in the long term. Because I really hold no empathy for large multi-billion-dollar corporations who basically have creative accounting to make it look like there's zero profit through magic. So, yes.
No, they got to put the money back into the business.
In their pocketbooks.
Well, they are the business.
As is their multi-billion-dollar mansions.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of multi-billion dollars, I guess the CEO or president of Disney has renewed his contract, which basically states that he'll be making, I think the amount of money that he makes in a week is the current going salary for a writer for a year.
So what I'm hearing is he is not going on strike.
No. I would assume that he's throwing a massive gala event to celebrate how hard he's been working to negotiate this, measly contract that puts just enough money in his bank account so he can afford bread and milk.
I know. I don't know how he's going to survive. I feel terrible for him.
It is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, so I have a question for you, Zealeus, and a question for the audience, to be honest with you. I mean, it's an open forum, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen, I don't know if this has been happening for a while, but I seem to be running into more mentions of interactive maps for games. So one of the big ones is there's a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom interactive map. And apparently there's now an interactive map for Diablo 4 that basically shows all the side quests. So what is your view of these, I guess, passion projects?
Oh, you mean like online interactive maps?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I mean, I love them.
Yeah.
Personally. I mean, so when you put it in that context, the first one I actually think of is World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ever played Vanilla WoW back in the Dark Ages, there was no map marker for where to go for quest.
Right.
So you'd be like, you know, in Stormwind, and you collect like 12 quests, you don't know where the flip to go. And so I remember what you would do. You had two options.
Mm-hmm.
You'd either get a add-on
Mm-hmm.
to basically mark on your map where the quests were, or the second option is you opened up Wowhead on another, web browser,
Mm-hmm.
and basically type in your 12 quests, and it would basically give you the mob density of where those were.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of like figure out on your map of like where to go. I remember I'd actually like write down on a piece of paper like a little like map icon, like, okay, go here, there, and there,
Mm-hmm.
on what to do. So when I think of my first interactive maps, that was definitely it. Now, like Diablo 4, I really like those online interactive maps because. So I'll say like with vanilla WoW, like not having the quest markers was a pain in the ass.
Right.
And so like that was a good quality of life from Blizzard when they actually added map markers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say like the map in Diablo 4 itself is fine. It's just that having the interactive map online helps if you want to get more information out of the map is beneficial. What was when I was using the other? So like a good example was like I was going from like one quest to another,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to know if there was a portal on the way. Well, naturally, you don't want to show like from the actual game itself that there's a portal on the way because it's fog of war. But being able to look on the map at my own discretion and choice to see if there was a portal on the way, because I feel like cheating in that way,
Mm-hmm.
and cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the way, like in a game like that, it works fine having your optional map. And if you want to, you can look up the things like the Altars of Zealeus and all of the dungeons. So for that game, for games like that where there's like a lot of map content,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I haven't actually used it, but I know people who do use the interactive Zelda Tears of the Kingdom map, and to be honest with you, I'm about there because there's a couple quests where it's like this character went west out of the city, and literally I have walked as west as you can go, and I still don't see it. So, there comes a time where Charlie will have to throw in the towel and just say, "Where the are you, dude? Seriously."
I mean, west can be a pretty broad direction depending on where you are.
Well, I mean, I think that it's beneficial to have an interactive map when you have an open world game, that you use at your discretion. And I won't it's not like I'm going to be like, okay, just got this quest. Let's look at the map so I know, what I have to do.
Yep.
Though for the most part, a lot of the games that do, dole out quests and side missions and stuff, they're pretty good about kind of giving you an idea of what you have to do. But there's definitely, like in Zelda, where you want to go to shrines to get these orbs of light that allow you to level up, say, your stamina or your health. And I think I've done 58 of them, but there's still like 30 more. I may go to the interactive map just to see how close I've walked to some of these shrines, just so that, if I want to do them, I could do them. Also, shrines are good for fast travel. It helps
Yes.
you move around the map instead of having to walk from one city or run from one city to another, or ride your horse from one city to another, if you actually remember to ride the horse. But that's really what I use the shrines for, is fast travel. After, of
Some of
course,
us
I
like a little exercise in our life.
Yeah. Although there are a couple shrines that are still out there that I found that I entered and then walked back out going, I don't even know how to do this. So
where exactly are you supposed to go?
No, it's like I could get halfway through the area that's the shrine, and then there's something I'm missing, and I don't know what it is. So I'm kind of stuck.
You're missing Zelda.
No. Well, Zelda is missing in this game. You have to go find her somewhere.
Zelda's horse not help?
No. No, Zelda's horse will not take you to Zelda. Though that would be kind of cool.
Say, that's a pretty worthless horse. Not going to lie.
Oh, I also found out, this is kind of, I don't know, this is probably not a spoiler, but in Tears of the Kingdom, there is a dragon that flies in the sky. And you need to get something from the dragon. Well, I finally tracked down the dragon, only to discover it's the wrong dragon. So there's more than one in the sky. I was so pissed.
You were so close. It's so far.
You need a claw of a specific dragon. I was like, yes, I got the claw of the dragon. And then like I read the quest details, and then I read the name of the claw, and I'm like, that's not the name of the dragon that I need the claw from.
How many damn dragons are there?
Probably 2, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe 3. Maybe they all are elemental.
Is it like a Pokemon?
This one was the one I found was on fire.
Did you put the dragon on fire? Or
No.
like,
It was literally, it was kind of like it was like magma hot.
That sounds dangerous.
It was. I was burning up trying to get close enough to get its claw. I could have died.
How'd you get a claw off a dragon if it was already on fire?
So you shoot its. Apparently, their claws just fall off if you shoot them. Shoot the claw.
There's some pretty terrible claws. They just fall off.
I was like, so.
Maybe the overwhelming heat makes them like loose or something.
Yes, extra brittle.
That's a reasonable explanation.
Yes. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to take a quick pause. I still haven't fixed that stupid thing.
Don't call our friend's logo stupid.
It's not. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some. I want to pause for a second to thank all these amazing individuals that help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And so, without further ado, let me give you shout outs for the friends of the show. First off is the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts that challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we got to give is to Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Trent, Noodle Boy Media, previously Wetgate 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. Now let's talk about the individual who can help with all your aches and pains after your long gaming sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They're committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. Now, let's talk about the maestro himself, the individual who helped out Alter Confusion after some weird copyright infringement that wasn't really copyright infringement, but whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the OG himself, Original Gangster, and of course the original patron of Ultra Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both a development team and system administration team working on satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings at many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. If you want more information, go to agileaxiom.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you are dying to know, how do I become a friend of the show? Well, I'm happy you asked, so I shall tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Confusion survives on the love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, werewolves, vampires, mummies, swamp creatures, and supporters and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. Currently, we have 2 tiers that you could pledge at. They're both monthly amounts. The first is $1 a month. That's $1 a month or $12 a year. And what you get is early access to our playthroughs, as well as the ability to view and participate in patron-only posts. And I promise there is an early access playthrough coming very, very soon. I know that it's been a while since we've had one, but have no fear, there's one coming soon. Then there's also the $5 a month tier if you're feeling a little frisky. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. Not only do you get everything at the $1 tier, but you also gain your name or organization added to every single Friends of the Show section of the Thursday Night Hangouts. So if you want to become a patron of Ultra Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/altered confusion. And of course, the other shout out we got to give is, ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 12 straight years. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving on now.
There's more?
There's more? Yes, of course, there's more. Yes. A little bit of news. The new Superman Legacy, has just added another actor to its roster, and this time it is Nathan Fillion, and he will be playing the part of Green Lantern. And apparently, he's going to be playing the part of the most annoying Green Lantern ever to grace the comics. I don't know how I feel about that, but
it's interesting because a normal Green Lantern, aka Ryan Reynolds, worked so well.
Yeah.
It's like the people are trying to re-resurrect Fantastic Four at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not much to say about that. I mean,
A, I don't have Disney Plus, and B, really since Avengers Endgame, like, I just haven't really cared about the superhero movement. Like, I never was really into DCEU in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, since the atrocity that is Batman versus Superman, that still makes me angry to this day. I just haven't. I just haven't really cared about superheroes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. I will
Yeah.
not be watching this Superman. I think the last Superman I saw, I don't even think I've seen the Henry Cavill Superman. It was the one
I
before
know.
that,
I know.
Brandon
Roth.
Yeah.
Roth. Yes, aka the dude from Heroes of Tomorrow.
No,
Legends of Tomorrow.
what I think of when I think Brandon Roth is one of the evil exes from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, that had so many random big actors actually.
It was great.
Because didn't it also have
Chris Evans.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I love when you watch like because I saw it like last year for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it like, oh wow, I know these people now.
Yeah.
Chris Evans is a fantastic bad guy though.
Agreed.
If you ever saw, did you see Gray Man?
Yeah, I did.
It was a fun movie, and part of it was because Chris Evans as the bad guy was just fantastic. He was so much fun.
It was so evil.
Yes, it's like the right amount of campy evil without making it campy. Like it's a very hard line to straddle to go from like campy of like, okay, this is dumb to he's just a maniacal, crazy bad guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he pulled it off perfectly.
How about this bit of news? This is crazy, but a game that's been around for a long time has just hit a all-time high in what do you call it? Concurrent users playing the game, and that game, of course, is TF2. Team Fortress 2 has just set another record.
I played this shit out of Team Fortress 2 for many years.
When did it first come out?
I think it actually came out prior to the concurrent user scorekeeping, basically. So I think you could play online well before like they were keeping that track of that. But nonetheless, it's very much a juxtaposition to a game like Blizzard 2, which keeps like
Overwatch 2.
What did I say?
Blizzard 2.
All right, I'm cut off on half a beer.
Blizzard 2 and Baldur's Gate 6. Okie dokie.
Wow.
It first came out in
I can't even call
2007.
myself dyslexic for that. I don't even know what that is. That's just stupid. Yes. So Overwatch 2 is like they keep on like pushing away gamers through their actions. And yet you have Valve with TF2 keeps on releasing content, and it's just a steady trickle of gamers playing the game.
Now Zealeus is trying to put words together. Instead of steady trickle, he tried to do streddy. He's doing great. I do find it hilarious that I of course Googled Team Fortress 2 just so that I could find out when it was originally released. And the first question that's asked is, why did Team Fortress 2 die? And I'm like, wow, yeah. I wonder when that question was asked, because now that it just hit, an all-time high, let's see here. 3 years ago, someone asked why Team Fortress 2 is dead. It's not, apparently. It's doing quite well, but thanks for your concern.
Are you sure about that? Maybe it's just lying to you, and like it's not really as popular as you think it is. Or something. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Okie dokie then. I need to know, real quick, where is the game that I have to have?
What game do you have to have? I'm very confused.
Oh, dude. Come on. It's, of course, Hades 2.
Ah, yes.
Damn it. They're saying October 10th of 2024.
Oh,
So,
I think it's October 10th, 2023 is going to be exciting, but
I know. I would have been super duper happy about that. But yeah, I got to still wait.
Instead, you'll just have to be excited about something like, actually, by then it should be Battlefield or Battlestar.
Starfield.
Yeah.
I think Zealeus needs to lie down. He's having a rough day, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay.
Nope, I just need more beer. That's the only solution.
Of course.
And you need more lubrication to get the neurons and their synapses moving the way they're supposed to. They're dried out from a hot day of sitting outside. That's the problem. Yeah, that's what I'm done with.
Well, if Hades 2 is going to take until 2024, then I'll have plenty of time to get through Super Mario RPG, which comes out this month, November the 17th, I think. Yeah, November 17th of this year.
So, question though, for video games, does the writer's strike affect video games at all?
I would assume that.
Or is that a different union?
No, there are writers who straddle that line. I'd actually be very curious to see how the writer's strike is affecting the video game industry. You definitely do have writers that help with video games and with TV and movie production. So, interesting question, Zealeus.
Yeah, so many questions.
I just don't know the answer.
So little time. Wait, what? I'm so confused now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in lieu of any additional topics, I will finally open up some boxes that have been collecting dust.
Well, there is one big one.
What's that?
Apparently, the judge has ruled that at least the United States, that the Blizzard Activision merger with Microsoft will happen.
Ha 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 ha.
So apparently, of course, the FTC will appeal, but I don't see that actually working. So long live monopolies.
Hooray! Well, they've been around forever, and it's refreshing for it to not be, a bunch of companies with different names that are actually the same company. So,
I guess.
Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I've had a couple boxes here that I've neglected to open. So since I have the opportunity, I'm going to open up these boxes for you. And of course, yes, before you ask, they are Funko Pops. Oh my God!
Where are they?
Okay,
I don't see any.
First box to.
I'm waiting in eager anticipation.
Here we go. First box. I'm not going to tell you how many boxes because I probably won't open all the boxes tonight.
18,000.
No, I do not have 18. Oh my God! If I had 18,000, there would be a lot of questions to answer to.
So, well, we already asked those, but are these ones you bought for yourself? Were they gifted to you? Like, what is their origin story?
These are I bought myself.
Okay.
Oh, I totally forgot about these. Good job, Charlie. This is the Funko Pop, the Infinity Saga art series. So we have a shiny orange Hawkeye. Oh. Which, awesomely enough, the company that I got these from put them in protective cases. So, yes. And
so you're like not even allowed to open them. Like even more reinforcing the stupid idea if you can't even interact with them.
Yep, there you go. Yep. And then I've got the shiny yellow Iron Man. Dun dun dun. It's really. I mean, I could tell that it's Hawkeye because of the bow, but Iron Man, it just looks like a yellow Funko Pop with his hands on his.
You know what they remind me of? Like gummies.
It's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Remember we had like you could get the gummies like with your pizza or something. Like it was like gummies pizza, I think, or something years ago. I swear I'm not making this up.
Well, I'm sure that you're not Zealeus, or at least not in your head. Okay, let me open up this other box here. Let's see. I want to say that I tried to get all of the art series Avengers. I don't know if I actually did it or not, because there's supposed to be the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. So let's see what's in this box. Ah. Come on. Ugh. Well. This one, ow. This one doesn't come with a protective box, but it is another art series, the Infinity Saga, and this one is Black Widow. Da-da-da. So, there you go.
Nice. And I found what I was thinking of. Gumby's Pizza.
Oh, yeah, Gumby's Pizza. That's dead now, right?
There's a website. That's all I can tell you. I don't know if it's real or if it's just like old.
Is it like the last Blockbuster? What the hell did I just... Holy crap. I don't know what I just... Oh my gosh. I tried to grab just that URL, and it just... and apparently the cut option, or the copy option, actually took the entire chat log.
Nice. Did you open up everything?
The home of the original Pokey Stick. Own your own franchise.
Okay, so
there are colleges, but the copyright is 2015.
And they have we ship anywhere at the bottom. So can I ship a pizza from like Florida to Atlanta?
I don't know. Let's see. You can order online. You can order via the Facebook Messenger from Gainesville, Florida. I'd be afraid they would spit on my pizza.
What? I could get a 24-pack of pepperoni rolls for $115 with free shipping.
Yeah.
I guess I really can ship anywhere. That's kind of fascinating, actually.
But will it still be good?
It's Gumby's. Who cares?
All right, Zealeus, so I'm assuming the only game you've been playing recently is Diablo 4?
Yep, that's been my poison. And a new season comes out in like 5 days, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so very shortly, I will be playing a new character. I do not know the character. I'll probably literally decide the morning of season 1 on who do I want to play. There's always a couple. The what?
It's not Berserker, it's Barbarian, but it sounds cooler to say Berserker.
We just got the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And you've been playing, obviously, some Zelda action.
Indeed. I've been playing some Zelda, and trying to think if I've actually played anything else. I mean, I played a little bit of Paladins with my older son.
Are you going to start getting on a solo Paladins kick so you can remember how to actually play the game well?
Actually, I do need to regain my skills. It's kind of sad when I play my favorite character because I'm such a high level for that character, but I don't remember like all the nuances.
Yep,
so,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But actually, I've been playing a little bit of Legends of Runeterra, which I think I talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
I've been dipping my toe in that pond.
Nice.
However, once again, I'm still not playing competitively because I don't know like the vast majority of the cards. So,
yeah, there's always a tricky thing with that, or any like games as a service type of platform.
Yeah.
Like if you don't play for an extended period of time and you come back, there's very much a like, what? Like, okay, so Destiny 2 had a sale.
Mm-hmm.
It was like anniversary, buy all the expansion type of thing.
Yep.
Well, I want to log into my character to figure out, like, I have no idea what bloody expansions I have or don't have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to log into my character and be like, what do I own, right?
Right.
And as soon as you jump in, it actually is really dumb. It starts you off immediately at a cutscene. I'm guessing for the new expansion. I don't actually know. I'm like, bloody hell, I'm actually at work. Like, I can't actually sit here and play video games. I just want to know if I want to buy it or not. So I log out. Later that night, I'm like, okay, now I can sit down and play, like, whatever that intro to it is.
Yeah.
And immediately, like, skipped over everything as soon as I played it all. I'm like, really, guys? Like, I didn't actually play it. I just actually out because I couldn't then.
Yeah.
But nope. So I go to what the hell I actually have now. Like,
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, yeah. So stuff like that's done sometimes with those games as a service.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple times, like, I for one am a huge fan of, one, the skippable cutscene, but two, having the ability to revisit the cutscene at a later time is a nice feature. And you could do that in Tears of the Kingdom. The main cutscenes are all stored basically underneath all of your quests.
I mean, that's a big deal for Final Fantasy 14, where you can, or they also have their own version of New Game Plus to replay the old patches.
Yeah.
Versus Destiny 2, where it's like previous shit just does not literally exist anymore. It's been retconned out of existence.
Now, how do you feel about it? I mean, like
I hate it personally. It to me, it's a very jolting gaming for players who play continuously since, like, Destiny 2 came out. It's a great experience,
right?
But for someone who, like me, who might jump in like every 2 to 3 years just to kind of play a bit,
yeah,
it's an extremely rating and jolting experience to jump in and be like, what the hell happened? So I personally hate that type of game design. Like, it caters to your hardcore audience, but not casuals. Which I can't imagine is actually good for your bottom line, I would think.
Who knows? Who knows? By the way, if just so that everyone knows, the number of concurrent users that has Team Fortress 2 back on top was they had 245,000 concurrent users.
It's actually pretty good amount of users.
Yeah.
Of course, TF2 is a bit unique because you have to join custom servers.
Yeah.
And some of them are like Valve approved, but by and large, they're custom ones. I've never played with hats because I know hats are a big thing.
Yep.
But I've played pre-hats. It was kind of when I had played. But that was also pre-microtransactions also at the same time. It was like, because you bought it as a port of the orange box that also came with Half-Life 2.
The orange box. Ah, yes. They haven't had anything like that since.
I guess you could buy the orange bits and bytes.
I guess. Oh, by the way, that Harry Potter Magic Awakened mobile game has already generated over or close to $3 million. Just in case you were wondering.
Jeez. I mean, it's not surprising.
No.
I tried it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to actually like this or not.
I tried it, and it's like, oh, this is kind of fun, but it's not like, oh my God, I have to play.
I would say it's definitely a good way of putting it.
Yeah. I think that's unfortunately, nowadays, the game literally have to grab a strong hold on me or I'm going to wander off.
I will say it's obvious as a plus, like, it was a polished experience from what I played.
Yeah.
Like, the cutscenes, the actual gameplay itself was solid. It just didn't quite catch me.
Yeah.
Now, what I did enjoy the hell out of, have you ever watched There's two of them. This one was, I'm trying to remember which one I actually watched on YouTube. Hold on a second. I always get the channels mixed up. The pitch meetings. So have you ever watched Pitch Meeting on YouTube?
No.
So basically it's a spoof of pitch meetings. And this one's based, and so he does famous ones like, and Harry Potter is one of them.
Yeah.
And so basically it's one actor talking to himself. He's pitching it to a network exec on why we should do Harry Potter. And so, for instance, like at the end of like the Philosopher's Stone, it's very, it's like, and then Harry Potter, this young kid, he kills Professor Quirrell and saves the day, and everyone cheers. And you can tell the exec who is not ready yet, like he always plays total ignorance to everything.
Right.
And then both like, wait, he's excited that he killed somebody? And like he puts it in such a deadpan way where you're like, oh yeah, that is kind of actually a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But like it's that through everything. Where like when they break into like the Green Guards with the polyjuice, he's like, wait, couldn't everyone just use polyjuice and break in every single day and blind them raw? Well, we're just ignoring that for now.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that throughout, pointing out very obvious things where like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, I highly recommend watching.
Sweet.
The entire pitch meeting series for all of the shows are really good.
Right on, right on.
We do a lot of like the Marvel stuff, obviously. Like anything popular, basically, they've done.
It's kind of like Honest Trailers.
Yes, well, that's what I was thinking of originally. I'm like, it's not Honest Trailers, it's the other one I watch. Because yes, Honest Trailer is another really good YouTube one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached the end of our show. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving you to come our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.